Hey, it's Jesse Cervantes with Creative Congo with a quick tip. Nothing too complicated today. We're just gonna make this sparkle, using shape layers. So we'll just make one of these kind of things. Well, what can you use that for? Well, maybe you want to make something very, very classy. I mean, this is like a very elegant kind of animation. But no, actually, if you had a ring or something like that, you have these sparkles coming down and moving around the ring, or any number of kind of things like that. Or if you're doing something kind of cartoony, you can have something sort of sparkle, and you can also see how these things could be lens pops from a camera. So it's a cheesy effect, but the truth is, I actually use it with relative frequency. Someone's tooth. So anyway, let's get started. So we're just going to start a new comp, and we'll make it a perfect square. I'm going to make it really big, 2000 by 2000, and we'll call this one Sparkle 2. And so without clicking on anything, any layers like that, just going to go right up here to the pen tool, and start up here, click, and just move it over just a little bit. Click here, move it over just a little bit, and then click here to close it up. So right now it's purple because that's the last color I used when I was doing a shape layer. If you're ever on this and you can't find the color or something, it's like, how do I change the color? Now I don't know what to do. You can click on the layer, or you can click on this tool right here and you get it. So we'll make it just a hint of yellow and no stroke as it is right now. So all you got to do is come to the contents and add. So we're going to add a repeater, and by default you get 3. So if you come down to the repeater, you can add copies, and as many as you want, and we'll do like 18, we'll say. And then come down here to transform the repeater, and right now the position is at 100. That means that each repetition of the object comes 100 pixels over, and you can animate that, of course, and do all kinds of. Let's change it down to 0. So right now there's 18 of these, and they're all right on top of each other. Then I just go to the rotation and rotate it around until it starts to look like something. I'm actually going to go back for just 1 second and show one other thing. So here are the repetitions. If you go to the scale, you can, when you transform the scale to, like, let's say 90, what you're doing is like each version is 10% smaller than the one before, and they just keep getting smaller and smaller. So I am going to leave that at 90, put them back on top of each other, and then just rotate it around, and then you get that. And really, that's essentially it. We're basically done. All I'm going to do right now is just add a keyframe for the rotation value, come up here to about 2 seconds, and just spin it a little bit more so there's just some action happening. So now it kind of does this kind of thing. So there's some stuff happening, a little bit of movement. And I'm going to add a quick expression, option click, loop, capital O-U-T, and then I will do a ping pong, and that's so it's going to loop back and forth. And probably don't really need this because this thing's never going to be on the screen for more than 2 seconds. But if you ever want it to be distinctly different, then you'll have the option of moving the comp around. And so now it'll go, and then it'll sort of go back in the other direction. It just goes back and forth. One other thing we'll do is on the actual shape layer, hit R for rotation, and option click time times, let's say 100. And so now you're sort of getting the double. That might be a little bit too much. We'll go time times 20. And so now you're just getting a little bit of extra movement. You know what I mean? So there's just something happening all the time. And one last thing, we'll just add a glow. And if you come to the glow radius, you can see, you can really kind of get a nice little glow on there. So I'm going to take it up to, let's say 100, and then just add a wiggle there. So option click, and we'll wiggle it. Let's say 5 times a second for 35. And somewhat arbitrary. And so it just gives it a little bit more life. And that's essentially it. Now, if you want to actually make something with this, so we'll come up here and make a new comp. And this one will make 1280 by 720 square pixels, 5 seconds long. And so we'll just Command Y, we'll add a background, BG, and put the ramp Now a gradient ramp in CS6. Thank you, After Effects, for making it more obvious. We'll make it kind of a, let's go like a little bit purple or something, just for something interesting. Make them both the same color, and then go to the second one and just sort of lighten it up a little bit. And then I will make it radial and move that to the center. Actually, sort of going backwards, so we'll just swap colors. And then, well, how about that? And then come over here to the star tool. Click right around the middle. And so if you do up and down arrow, you can add more or less, to that, however you want it to look. And we'll make this one more, let's go green. I know it's ugly. How about, yeah, orange. We'll move this, hit V, move this out a little bit, up a little bit. Go to the polystar, and we'll go to the inner radius, make it a little bit bigger. That looks alright. Duplicate it, and then scale the next one down, and make that a lighter color. And then add a little text. Buy! Because that's what we all want to do in America. So come down here, and so let's just change this color to something a little bit darker. So something that sort of matches the background a little bit more. Pretty unattractive, to tell you the truth, but this is not a design tutorial, fortunately for me. And yeah, so the only other thing you can do is sort of just add a drop shadow. And what I like to do is actually, I'll add 2 drop shadows. I'll make one going down, blur that out just a little bit, and then I'll duplicate it, Command D, make the next one going up, and instead of going out 5, I'll just make it go out 2, so that it really gives it this sort of fake-ish 3D or fake light. Command C, copy both of those, Command V, come to there, Command V, and then on the last one, I'll just turn the opacity down to like 35, and then really actually even bring it down more, 3 and 1. And then on the text, we'll add a layer style, bevel and emboss, and make it bevel. Let's have it bevel down, and maybe a little bit smaller, just a little bit of something there. Alright, this is actually at half res, so I'm going to put up to full res, and now it looks a little bit more like what it's supposed to look like. Come over here to the Sparkle 2, drop it in. Really big, so you just scale it down, and then you just put it where you want it. So we'll move it over here, and then go from 5, come out here 5 frames, have it go 0, come out here again, and back to 0. So then you just kind of get this pop, sort of just does that. See, it just kind of comes and goes, a little quick sparkle. And then what I'll do usually is I'll come up here just a little bit further, make another one, keyframe, and then I'll do a loop on this. So I'll do loop, capital O-U-T, and this one I'll do a cycle. That means it'll go to putting a semicolon at the end. You don't have to put a semicolon at the end, but it does help. So basically what it's doing is it'll do the sparkle, it'll go out to here because nothing's happening, and as soon as it gets past here, it starts from the beginning again, and then it'll do another sparkle. So then you get the sparkles, you get the hits every second or so. So it goes and goes and goes. And then once you have it, then you can just duplicate it and move it over to another place, duplicate it again, move it over to another place, just a corner, duplicate it, move it. And if you want it to be, going across the thing, you can go to the position and hit the position and then move out to where it disappears and have it kind of go, so then it'll be moving around the edge of the, let me get this a little bit bigger, grab the handle and sort of make it so it's going around the edge of, so then it'll, now you can see it sort of moving and going down and around. And that's really it. really didn't have to go this far, but you know. So that's it. That's how you make a sparkle. I'm actually going to make this available on Creative Congo, and all it will be is this file with just the sparkle on it. So you can have this After Effects file. Just go to Import, File, and then import the sparkle. Unfortunately, I'm doing this in Adobe CC, so I can only save this back to 6. So if you have anything below 6, you'll have to go through the 13 seconds of trouble that it takes to actually make one of these sparkles. Hey, I hope this is helpful, useful. Maybe you saw something interesting. And that's it. Quick tip from Creative Congo. I'm Jesse Cervantes. It's been a pleasure. Bye.